Okay, so I'm going to put this here and then immediately move it so I can grab the plane. Okay, so I'm going to throw it like like this. All right. Welcome back to Inverted Aviators RC. We've got the UMX Conscendo back. Whole goal here is to just fly it really smooth and slow, and maybe answer a question or at least a comment someone's had. Let's see. First, I can tell I've got a little bit of drift, so if I trim it out, trying to get this smooth before I get flying here. So also, that's the glide mode. It looks pretty smooth. So I had a few comments asking about actually, I'll wait one more second so I can actually get higher, and then I'll go through it. Let's see, I'll just fly high. Okay, I'll throw glide mode on. I got a few comments about a 250 milliamp 2-cell or 3-cell battery with this plane. Have I tried it? What are my thoughts on it? And pretty much, I think this being a glider, and if your goal is to actually glide like I'm trying to do here, a lighter battery would be a great call because you have less weight, which means it's easier to glide for longer. If you're going something like one of those 400 or 500 milliamp, you're just adding more weight, and if you're going to have your throttle completely off most of the time, there's no reason to have that. So absolutely a 250 milliamp 2-cell or 3-cell battery with this should work really well, and we might be getting a few of those in the near future just to test it out and see the progress, see the speed. We'll try to throw a speed comparison like we've been doing just to show how everything is working together. But yeah, I think it should work just fine. And I'm also going to try to get better at gliding because this being a super awesome glider, I don't fly it very glidey. So I'm trying to just stay in the air for as long as I can, just turning around. If there's any techniques I should be trying, like, you know, there's slope soaring. As you can see here, I've got no slopes. So I'm just kind of rudder turning. I guess that wasn't really a rudder turn. That was just a normal turn. But I'm just trying to do the least amount possible while gliding so that I don't accidentally lose airspeed. Not that I've got a whole lot to begin with, but as I get close to the ground here, I'll turn glide mode off and I'll punch back up and around. Yeah, like, what should I be actually doing to try to glide? Like, I'm assuming it's nothing. Like, I should be trying to just focus on keeping the plane flat, and if there's any headwind, point myself into the headwind. But yeah, it's just I fly up a little ways, I make sure I'm over the field, and then I could pretty much kill the motor because I'm not going to be using it. But keeping myself flat, got safe off. Safe on, noses me down a little bit, so I don't know. Once again, that's where we normally fly, over that water tower, and that's that strip over there, but I like the track. It's a little cooler, in the shade a little bit more, and if I'm just going to be gliding, why not? Yeah, this is just going to be trying to glide for as long as possible. This is a 3S 300 milliamp battery. I'm not using the 4S today, just because 4S adds a little bit more weight with the extra cell, so it might hurt the performance of the gliding a little bit. I've got no flaps and no crow either. Does flaps help me glide longer? It's more lift because more drag, and I figured more drag would mean less speed meaning I go down quicker? I don't know. But I don't know. Someone just honked.
No, you.
Ah, all right. But yeah, that's kind of my my thought process here. I should make sure I don't have the motor completely killed when I'm trying to glide around here when I get closer to the ground. But see, there's little wind, I think, going this way, or at my tail right now. So I want to be gliding into that so I get more lift over the wings. So I'll just fly up. Ooh. Oh, right, I've got the glide mode. That's why it was being so weird. Okay, I'll fly just up. Ooh. All right, where are we? It's right above us. Okay, so wind, I think, is at my tail right now. So if I slowly turn, wow, or quick turn, now I should be facing into the wind. And I'll just turn the motor off. So yeah, nothing there, but I can still get rudder. But yeah, just a nice peaceful flight. I'm gonna actually try to look at it, just because I don't usually. Gosh, that does look really cool. I just never actually look at these planes because I'm flying FPV. But I was able to just take the goggles off and take a look. But man, that is a cool plane. It flies so slow, which obviously is a glider. That's the kind of the goal. But it's just so cool to look at. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to fly back this way so I can go into the wind and look across. And thankfully the sun is over here to my right, and so we're not looking into the sun or anything. But I'm just going to fly up and then turn around in just the worst way possible. I was just trying to like casually turn around, and then I'm just banking hard. Okay, so I've got the glide mode on. I've got the throttle turned off. I'm aiming myself the right way. Oh, that's just so cool. I've heard a lot of people say you should start by flying line of sight, so you get like how you're supposed to fly. You know, you can get the orientation, you get everything figured out, and just sitting here looking at it, I can understand that. With a slow glider like this, like you can get the orientation, you kind of figure that out. But when it comes to smaller planes or more aerobatic planes, I feel like flying FPV is absolutely the way to get into this hobby, because I always know that if I push my stick to the left, the plane will turn left. Now that's obvious, but if you're looking at the plane on the ground, pushing the stick left might make the plane roll to the right because it's into you, which makes it harder. So that's just my 2 cents on the FPV versus line of sight. I think they're both awesome, for the record. I'm not at all saying like line of sight's not fun, or I'm just saying if you're looking to get into the hobby and you have a plane that you're really worried about crashing, one, you're gonna crash. Everybody crashes. But throw a little $30 camera on there. And we have, if you want to buy this plane, we got a tutorial on how to add this plane or this camera to this plane. And it's super easy, it's super fun. And if you want to do a little line of sight and FPV, you totally can. You just might have to have somebody hold your goggles if you actually want to still fly it. But it's pretty fun. All right, that is the battery, or that's the transmitter saying, hey, we got low power left. If I punch it, I'll do it again. There we go. So I'm gonna try to land it. I've been saying the wind is coming this way, so I'll try to land it this opposite the way I'm going. So I'm just gonna turn it around here. I'll throw on flaps, and I'll try to land it in the grass across from us. Still, I'm using the motor, but I should be able to just ease it into the ground. Bam. All right. That's super fun. This is the UMX Conscendo, and we are Inverted Aviators RC. Stick around if you want more videos like this. We're going to fly a bunch of UMX planes, a couple of the big projects we've been working on, but let us know if there's any techniques I should be using when gliding, because I obviously am not that great at it. But yeah, this plane's great for line of sight, great for FPV. It's all super fun. So thank you so much for watching.